Thanks so much for watching Trendsetters on K24 with me, Shriko Kaitani. Every week, we love to feature individuals who are actually hustling up, meaning they're minding their own business, literally, or they're impacting community in their own way. If you do know someone, we want to hear about it. But either way, if they're making a trend, they're going to be on the show. This week, we are going to be hearing from social entrepreneur Madhvi Dalal, who is mad about pads as she continues to tackle the period poverty issue through sustainable solutions. For now, though, backed by public demand is the inspiring story of one veteran, David Etale. My feature, titled Best Foot Forward, got positive reviews on our social media, and we're here to give you a special rerun of the same. David Etale, obviously a positive amputee, is giving hope as well as mentorship to the youth from his personal experience with post-traumatic stress disorder. When it comes to positivity, it's nothing short of courage and determination, especially if you're David Etale. From the touchline, he reminisces what was once his life. Living life as an amputee can hardly be described as easy. The motivational speaker is a former Kenyan football star, having played for Kangemi United, KCB and Tusker FC. He's put one foot in, literally, in Kenya's future by working hand in hand with its youth, inspiring them and encouraging them to live their best life. David was one of the brave men in the front line of the Afghanistan battle of 2009-2010. Having joined the British Army, he quickly rose up the ranks from private to corporal in just 2 years. But the first question is, why did he have to go miles away to serve and protect?
When I was playing football, there wasn't much here. If you look at so many players that I played with, if you look at them now, you'd feel so bad because you were getting paid peanuts, you know, and life is all about risks. If you don't take a risk in life to try and better yourself to be a better person in future, I don't think I can regret that situation, because it was an opportunity that came and I couldn't turn it down because the money was good.
They say bad things happen to good people, but according to David, there was a reason.
My accident was between 2009 2010. It happened in a place called Kajaki in Afghanistan, Helmand province. That's one of the places where we were guarding. Was they've got a dam which supplies electricity to the Afghan people. So it was one day we just went for a briefing, and we were told we were going to a hostile place the next day. So we woke up I woke up about 3 a.m. I wasn't feeling myself that day, so I started reading my Bible. The whole day was quiet, up to about 6:30 in the evening, where we got ambushed by the Taliban, which was pretty hostile. I remember, because I was the driver, I had my weapon, the gunner who's controlling the heaviest machine gun that day, because of the rounds, the way they were hitting our vehicle. He couldn't control it and he couldn't cock the weapon. So I had to jump from my driver's seat to go there. So as we were leaving, about 50 meters from where we were, I drove over something called an improvised device, explosive device. And from there, I can't remember anything. I just found myself 24 hours later in the UK in hospital.
David's story reminds us that life can change in a flash. With his military career having to come to an end, it was time to switch paths. Obviously, it was easier said than done.
It was tough because it took me a few years before they decided that. So I had numerous of surgeries, nerve surgery. They were trying to repair my leg, but it just couldn't respond to the way the treatment was going. So they told me the news in 2015 that they can't do anything else other than one option left on the table, and that's to amputate my leg. And I thought about the long term. I didn't think about short term. I was thinking about long term. Am I going to be on the wheelchair for the rest of my life? Can I take this option where I'll be on my leg and I'll be able to do much? So we had so many discussions, the benefits, the pros and cons. I just decided, you know what, because my leg was damaged then, it's been long, so I was in so much pain. So that's why I went for the decision with the doctors.
According to David, it took months to recover, not just physically, but mentally. Post-traumatic stress disorder is common with ex-soldiers who suffer from nightmares, flashbacks, vivid dreams. Some say they even smell burnt flesh and feel the smell of death.
When I woke up in hospital, actually, I thought I was still in the war zone. Because I remember I was fighting with the nurses, asking them where my weapon was, because my last mind was in the war zone. You know, so it was, I fought with them for about 25 minutes until when they reassured me that I'm in hospital, I'm injured. That's when I realized, because I couldn't feel my body being the same anymore. That's when I knew I was injured. My PTSD actually didn't come because of my leg. My PTSD came to me because of the things that I saw in war. The things that my friends were dying. You get news of your friend that has been blown up into pieces. You're getting news of someone who trained you to join the army has been blown up, and he was like a father figure to me, and he was the first person to get killed in action. And you know, when you're out there, that's when you realize that it's not a video game that you're playing, it's a real life situation. So for me, my PTSD started like that, which I nearly committed suicide twice, which was really tough for me. I think PTSD is one of the toughest things that you can go to war, but you cannot be prepared with what you're going to fight in your mind after the war.
Still, David was determined to get out of it and move past his horrifying experiences. With a successful surgery and the support of friends and family, David began to embrace his new life as an amputee. Fast forwarding to today, David is in a happier place, perhaps more confident than ever. What's surprising though is that he doesn't look at himself as a disabled man, but a man abled differently. It was this mental shift that got him on his life's mission.
Because of the things that I was doing on my Instagram page and my Facebook page, I got a lot of response from people from Kenya. And it's amazing how you might be doing something in life and yet someone is watching you and then they send you a message saying that you changed my life today. I felt that was something really special, and I said to myself, I have to come back to Kenya and share my thoughts and share my experience really, and just tell people that life is not over until when God says so.
Coming home to spread positivity and hope is top on his list.
So here in Kenya, that's what I came to realize, that's what we are lacking, because I've had so many messages, parents saying to me that they're scared to take their children out. Why are they scared, you know? Because of how they're going to be treated, how they're going to be looked at in a different way, which I find is something that we need to change. And if it's about to change, I believe that once I start my foundation with the kind of team that I'm thinking to work with, I think we're going to make a brilliant change in this country.
David has done numerous media tours in the capital city and school tours in various counties, preparing young minds to visualize their path to success. Most importantly, to accept themselves as they are, something he has also learned to do.
No one will ever come and tell you, even if you have a disability, that you need to improve your life or you need to come up from that shell of negativity. No one will ever do it. It has to start with you. Make sure that yourself, inside your heart, you want to do something with yourself, and go for it. Don't be afraid of what people are going to say or being criticized, because I believe that's part of life. Criticism, being looked at in a different way, that's life.
David says visiting Kenya in 2017 was one of the best decisions he ever made. And it's evident that the energy he brought home is absolutely contagious.
It's no wonder he is loved by many, photographed with many. Though David still insists that for him, it's more than fame. Not only does he want to nurture self-confidence in children across Kenya, he wants to see more done for disabled children in this country.
I want to particularly aim at the young kids who are with disabilities because they're the future. You know, you might find people with disabilities who are old enough and they think that their time is gone. So I think dealing with kids it will be much better because they're the next generation, they're the next future. So it's good we give them hope. It's good we tell the parents, you know what, leave these kids, let them come out, let them show their abilities, you know, because you never know. You know, we have people with disabilities who are looking after their families, who are able-bodied. So why can't we do it here in Kenya? And that would be something really amazing. Can you imagine if you walk around Kenya and you see kids interacting and they have disabilities and they're actually doing something and they're making a difference to the society? That's amazing.
David Etale may be a role model to many out there. While at home, David enjoys the simple things. He whips up quick meals for himself like scrambled eggs, just like any other bachelor.
That's my egg done for the day. I do normal activities in the kitchen as well. So it's pretty cool. So that's why I always say the only disability in life is having a bad attitude. But if you're positive, you can do anything you want. So don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't do anything. This is how I wear the leg.
Thanks to his Bluetooth-controlled robotic leg, he is new.
How I use my prosthetic leg. I've got different modes on the phone, which I've got an app. This is how I take it off. I just press that. That's a suction, and I take it off. Here is where if I go to my Bluetooth, I go onto my app, which is Autobox app. So my Bluetooth is on. I've got a blue light here. If you can see it at the back there, that's my light. And those are the different modes I have on the phone. So I've got the basic mode, cycling, downhill skiing, and extended standing. And then you can see I charge the leg too. So now it says it's 95%. If I want to walk, general walking, I just put it now to basic mode. And now I'm good to go. I can stand up and I can walk. So basically that's how I control my leg with the phone. My page. Oh. No, I sent you that. The other one you've sent is a UK number. This is the Kenyan number I'm using.
And he is perfectly capable of getting himself around. Thank you very much.
Do you have a favorite song?
What, favorite song?
Yeah.
No, I don't have a favorite song. I just listen to any song. As long as it's something that suits my heart.
Reggae.
Yeah, I love reggae.
But it's those moments with family and old friends back here in Kenya that he truly misses. Our trip to his old club, Tusker FC, proves that time or painful experiences have not changed a thing for this 30-something-year-old. He feels right at home with the boys and even understands their challenges.
My visit to Tusker Football Club has been amazing. I've met some wonderful players. Some of them, I know them. Some of them, I played with them. And for example, the captain of Tusker Football Club, James Shituma, I've known him for such a long time during my days in KCB. I was welcomed really nicely, and I really thank Tusker Football Club for this opportunity, for giving me to come and visit my old club. I've come here, I've watched them train. Something funny, the ground has never changed, it's still the same. Na imekuwa poa kuona wachezaji tumeinteract, tumeongea, wengine wameniuliza kama hiyo example, mtu akipata injury, mtu anaweza fanya nini, ni resilience gani mimi nilikuwa nayo ama strength gani.
Na hiyo ndo nilikuwa najaribu kuambia, kama tuko hapo tunaongea, najaribu kuambia kitu important kwa life ni lazima wewe mwenyewe ujipende, and then you build up a strong mental attitude ya kwamba that kitu yote kikufanyikia kwa life, hiyo si the end of life.
Simply put, home is where the heart is.
Of course, you do miss Nyama Choma. Nyama Choma home, Kenya it's amazing. It's a beautiful country, you know.
Yeah.
I miss Nyama Choma, yeah, but I didn't want to say it in front of the camera.
As of January 2018, David Etale has had plans to launch his personal website and set up the David Etale Foundation, which he hopes will not only attract well-wishers across the globe, but create a platform for the voiceless in Kenya living with disabilities.
I've got support from people in the media houses. I've got support from my friends who are seeing my objective being strong, to get out and remove these kids from that shell, and just assure parents that the kids with disabilities, they have their own life, you know. We don't have to lock them in because they're also human. So that's how I think that we are going to make a huge impact here in Kenya.
This is his calling. He may have a long journey ahead, but David Etale is putting his best foot forward.
David Etale there, from the battlefield to the podium as a motivational speaker as part one of this week's Trendsetters. Be sure to like and subscribe Trendsetters Kenya on YouTube as well as Instagram if you are enjoying some of the personalities that we're featuring on this show. Let's take a short commercial break. We'll be back.